Hello, everyone. So, today I'm going to be continuing my How to Object Shows series. Yeah, that's what I've decided to name it. So, this is the second episode, and this one is about spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are really cool and also very useful in object shows. I know Webs for Evs uses them, I'm sure lots of other people do, but I'm going to show you some of my spreadsheets today. So the first spreadsheet I have is the general master spreadsheet for my show, which is the Battle of the Sentients, if you were wondering. And it has the name of the show, the genre, the rating, the tone, the number of seasons, which it might have more, but it's going to have at least 3. Also, this is kind of a 2-in-1 video because I am telling you about my show while also showing you how to do spreadsheets. And I do it in Google Sheets, but I'm sure lots of people will prefer Excel, so it's up to you what you do for your spreadsheets. And then the prize, the host, the team format, all of this stuff is basically I'm just going off the typical object show formula, except that it's contestant voting, not viewer voting, which contestant voting I don't think is as popular as viewer voting. And the setting. So here's the story for the setting. Can I even click while I'm screen recording? Yeah, I can. So I was on the object show fandom page, and it was telling me about how to make an object show and what typical object shows are like. And it said typical object shows are usually set on a unspecified open grassland, and I thought that name sounded funny, so I decided to name my literal location of T-Bots as an unspecified grassland. And then many locations are places within the unspecified grassland, such as all of this stuff. My contestants have houses, which I think separates my show from some other shows, because in BFDI and II and Excellent Entities, I don't think they have houses at all, not counting Hotel OJ. And then the Recovery Center, and then the platform I'm releasing the show on. I don't know why I said TikTok there. I'm not going to release full episodes on TikTok. That'll just be a promotional account. But next is characters. I blacked out a bunch of stuff that I don't want you to see because spoilers. But here, and someone is calling, of course. This always happens while I'm recording. I have to hang up. This is gonna become a tradition apparently because this happened last time too. My mom called me last time I was recording. Anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen again. But yeah, so I have the name, the species, the gender. I pride myself on having different genders than just male, female, and non-binary. Like, this is a kind of demi-boy and demi-girl, kind of non-binary, but not the kind you see a lot in media. And what role they play, contestant or host. And then I have a whole characters traits list. I might have to show you that sometimes. But, and now I'm getting a text. Okay. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, I got all these from my character traits list that I made, which was probably from some website with like 1,000 character traits. And I do have that character traits list sorted into positive, negative, and neutral. And then the teams they're on, the alliances they're on, positive relationships, negative relationships, trivia. I only have one thing for trivia for anyone. Voice actor and image. These are my early images. I don't really like them. But yeah. Wow. Yeah, I made the tornadoes asset, I guess, when I wasn't even using the BFDI assets very much. Same with umbrella. But yeah, that's the character thing. And next is voice notes. And here I have all the characters. How like the pitch of their voice, like high pitch or low pitch. Like, this is high pitch and this is low pitch. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to show off my voice acting, which is terrible. The tempo, the volume, the resonance. If you don't know what that means, it's like where the sound vibrates in your body. Any accent, I'm not very good at doing accents. Tones, inspirations. I do have inspirations and like voice claims for my characters. Like, Mood Ring looks like Bracelety, so of course he's going to sound a little bit like Bracelety. And then, since Nail Polish is a mean girl, the Dazzling's from MLP. And of course, since Penny is a peppy character, she's gonna sound like Pinkie Pie. But yeah. Yeah. Noah is my brother. He created the character of Thing. He has a whole channel dedicated to it, but yeah. So basically these are all pitch, tempo, volume, resonance, accent, tone. Oh, I forgot to mention key phrase. That's like, you know how in Carrie Huang's Humany videos where he records lines, when he records X's lines, he always starts with, "Oh, I don't know. I just don't know what I am, what my value is." That's the kind of thing he does to get into X's voice. So you just find a key phrase that you're really good at in your character's voice, and you do it before you start voice acting their lines so that you can get into that split bass. So yeah, these are all very important aspects of voice acting, and since I'm voice acting almost all of these except one, I have to make them all sound different, which is kind of hard. And I should also mention that I will be pitching stuff up and down with like the digital software. Audacity, I think, has a pitching up and down thing, but I haven't completely decided how many semitones and stuff to pitch each character up and down. So that's why I don't have it listed on here. Next, I don't know if I want you to see these spoilers, but barely anyone will watch this anyway, so it's fine. So this is the episode thing. I have a whole template for episode stuff, but this is like the general. So you have the title, cold open, challenge, summary, post credits, winners up for elimination, eliminated, length, which I don't know any of them now yet. Thumbnail, I don't know why I even have that there. What are you supposed to put there? Thumbnail. So I should honestly just delete that. Status for episode 1, I'm designing, blocking, animating, voice acting. For episode 2, I'm storyboarding, and episode 3, I'm writing. Advertising and release date. For teams, yeah, it's basically just the team name, the team leader, the member, and the timelines and the wins and losses. I don't know why I made this. I just think I want a spreadsheet for everything. I don't really use the advertising spreadsheet because I do stuff like I promote all the time. but I don't really record it down because why? I'm sure it would be helpful for something, but I don't know. But yeah, if this helps you, you can use it, but I don't think I find it very helpful. Merchandise, fat chance. This is never going to get popular enough for merchandise, but I wanted to make a sheet just in case. Recommended characters. I got 3 recommended characters, which is really cool because I was afraid I wasn't going to get any. But I will also put the recommended characters link in the description below in case you want to be on this list, because it's not like I'm getting 100 recommendations a day. So yeah, this is just information about the characters and if I've used them yet. Well, if I've used them in the episode I'm currently writing, because I haven't really finished any of the episodes yet. But yes, I have written both of these characters. And challenge ideas, they're sorted based on how much I want to do them. The orange ones are the orange ones are probably not. Yellow is green, it says so right here. Maybe, probably, definitely, yes, but it needs to come later, which, self-explanatory. And yes, but I don't know how to write it well, which is a lot of them. And then definitely is over here. There's 1 and definitely. And I wanted to name it Welcome to the Internet after that Bo Burnham song. But anyway, we're getting off track. Fan events, probably not happening. Nobody really, there's like barely any comments on anything I post about my show. But it's fine. I like it, and that's what matters. So next is the characters. So say you're making a character. I'm going to actually demonstrate on this template. So let's say, I don't know, tomato. I definitely did not have that in my head already. So then you see if you have nicknames, and if you don't come up with nicknames, that's fine. You probably will in your scripts, and then you'll get to add those then. So nicknames. I don't know, what's a good nickname for tomato? Mato. And then who calls them that? I don't know. Diamond. These are both season 2 potential contestants. Gender, female, pronouns, she, her, sexuality. Yeah, I have all of this stuff. It's fun. Lesbian, personality. So this, I just do a personality in 1 word, like if I had to describe them in 1 word. I don't know, sweet. This is not how tomato will be like, by the way. I'm just making up stuff. Desires and fears. I got this from the Enneagrams. I think I'd mentioned this in the last episode, actually. But, yeah, basically what their core desire is and what their core fear is. To be loved. Rejection. I'm just making this up, but she already feels like a real character. Speech patterns. That's not like how a character's voice sounds. That's how, like, what you write into the script, like what kind of things they say, what they're, like if you were writing a book but you need to give the characters different voices. Well, they don't have actual different voices because it's a book, but I don't know if you see what I mean, hopefully. Speech patterns, says, oh, my gardener. Sorry, flower, I stole that from you. Love languages, acts of service, learning styles. I usually have 3 for these. Visual, social, and creative. Lovers, yeah, I have a whole section for all the relationships. So we'll do implied dating. Pearl, I don't know. That's not gonna happen, don't worry. This is not canon. Best friends, Penny, robot. I'm literally just doing random things, but I don't know. It might become canon. And then neutral, sandstone, notebook, rivals, and then enemies, nail polish. So strengths, for me, I'm doing physical strengths on this section. Like, I don't know, what would a tomato's strengths be? Easily damaged for weakness. Disorders, that's where I put people like who are autistic or have ADHD or anxiety, because those are the 3 I know how to write the most. Label, that's just like what inanimate insanity does. I don't know. The sweet heart. That is not how you spell heart. Character development is a pushover in season 2, but learns to stand up for herself in season 3. Usually I write more about these, but I'm just coming up with this on the fly. Gardening. That's so predictable for a tomato. Likes. Sudoku. This stuff is just popping in my head. Dislikes. Peanut butter. Because I don't like peanut butter. Description. Oh my god, I am not writing that. Fun fact. I don't want to do that either. But basically, you know the BFDI book or whatever it's called, the one that introduces all the contestants. I think it's called the character guide. That's what I would put here, the kind of descriptions they put in there. And fun fact, same thing based on the character guide. Season 1 ranking in A, because she's not in season 1. Season 2 ranking 18th. So yeah, that's an example about how I would fill this thing out and how I have filled out others in the past. So yeah, that's the character chart. Next is episode template. So I don't want to show the template. That's boring. I want to show this. So yeah, this is how far I am in episode 1. I'm still animating, and I started animating like months ago, but I am very new at animating. But yeah, here's all the options for concept status. That's like the story. Script, that's the actual writing part. Animation, blocking, that's more like directing, I guess. But like how I do blocking is that's literally for me just putting characters on the stage. I don't know why I have that even there, but that's what that is. Voice acting, sound effects, music, and I'll probably use a lot of Kevin MacLeod music because I simply don't have time to make a whole bunch of music. But I will be going to a music production camp, so I'll probably have a little bit of time there. thumbnail, promo, and release status, and then notes down here, episode overview. Yeah, this is just like what happens. This is spoilers, by the way. Scenes, who's in the scene, what happens in the scene, the location, assets. Yeah. And backgrounds. I don't know why. I don't think I even use these sheets for anything. I don't know why I made them. Sound effects. I haven't got to that yet. Music. These are probably not gonna even happen. The ones I made, because they're not very good. And then credits. That's all the credits. Yes, it's basically all by me, except from help from my family. And time tracking. I love the time tracking sheet because it puts a little bit of progress there. But yeah, these are the days I've been animating, these are the days I've been designing, and these are the days I've been blocking. And I haven't even recorded all the days I've been voice acting. And the last one I really like is the animation tracker. Because again, oh my, I have a lot to do still. I need to go so I can get working on this. But yeah, it has not started, in progress, or finished. And the time for how long it took to do it, because I want to know how long it takes to do things. And yeah. So thank you for watching this. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye.